Hi, it's Marianne from Thrive Admin Services. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can create a webinar using Microsoft Teams and the difference between a meeting and a webinar so you know which one will work for you. So let's get started. Okay, so this is going to be a really quick video and I'm literally going to show you using Teams on the desktop. Now remember, I'm working on a Mac with Microsoft 365. If you're working on a PC or you're working on the web version, your buttons and features may look different. So when I'm working on my desktop version, I'm in the calendar. So from the sidebar on the left-hand side, I'm on the calendar view and it will take it to today. I'm just going to jump ahead because I'm planning ahead. Whenever I click somewhere in here, it's going to automatically open it up as a new meeting, which I can do, or I can, not selecting anything inside the calendar view. Up the top here, I can do a new meeting, or from the drop down, I can schedule it and I can schedule a webinar. Okay, so if I click here and we've got, I'm just going to click here to open it up. It's saying that it is a new meeting up here. So that's that one there. And I can then create the meeting exactly the same way that I would for anything else when you book one straight out of your calendar. You can have a title, so we can call this test webinar and add attendees, etc., etc. The way I switch this from a meeting to a webinar is to do with the registration. A meeting is simply a link that people jump straight into and it will go in their calendar. The moment you want someone to physically register for this particular session or Teams event, that now becomes a webinar. And that's whether it's for people in your organization or for everyone. Any kind of registration moves it from a meeting to a webinar. So I'm going to make this for everyone. And you can see that it's thinking, and it's now changed it to a new webinar, and it's asking me if I want them to have to register. Okay, and I'll cover in the next section, we'll cover what the registration form is, but I just wanted to show you that the difference between a meeting and a webinar is this registration section here. So I'm now going to show you the one feature that makes a webinar different from a meeting, in that in Teams, a webinar will require a registration form to be completed. So once you've set it up to be a webinar, you'll get this button at the top and you can send them the link to the registration form and you can customize it. So if we click here and view registration form, this is where it lets you create and customize it to your own needs. So here you can upload an image at the top. You can have a particular event title. So the event title that people are registering for can be different from the one you've got set up in the background. I always make them the same. You can pop some information in, and then this is the information that people provide when they register. So they are always required to complete their first name, surname, and email. And then we go add field, and you can add all of these extra things if you want, or you can add a customized question that's either a text or a choice. And I'm going to show you very quickly. I'll just jump back into my calendar. I'll just discard that. So if I go to my upcoming webinar here, so this is how mine looks when I've created it. So we've got, when I've created it, I've got the title and the date and time. And then in here, this is all the information and the link is here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to customize the registration form. And this is what I have. So I have all of the same information and some information about me as the speaker here. So people, when they click, will see this. This is an image that I created in Canva and I've just uploaded it, and I played with the dimensions a little bit. And then when they register, these are the 3 fields that are standard. And then I've added 2 custom questions and I've made them choice questions. So radio buttons. So I've got whether they would like to join my mailing list and whether they are a Mac or a PC user. Knowing this information for me helps me in how I run the webinar and which screenshots and things I choose to share, and whether I tend to work on web versions of things or desktop versions. If most of the people attending are on Mac, it's very easy. If it's a good mix, then I'll share things from the online versions. So all of this information comes in. When someone actually looks at the webinar, I'm just going to open it up in, I'm going to open it in Safari on my Mac just so that you can see it as a blank option. So this is what they'll see when they click on the link. So this is how it looks to a user who's not logged in and doesn't have any other privileges. So you can see it's neat and tidy. They can fill that in. So if I put this one, and I might say no thanks. I've also put one for people who are already on the list, whether they're Mac or PC, and we go register now. So for me as the user, it's now just said they'll send the confirmation to me here. If I jump in now to my Gmail, just so you can see what it actually looks like. Where will it be? It might take a moment to come in. It may have gone to my spam folder. No, not yet. Oh, no. There we go. So the details I've popped in. My seat is reserved. So this is obviously looking at it in a Google view. So we've got it with my seat's reserved. Here is where I can join the event. I can RSVP. So if I pop yes on that, if I now go to my Google Calendar, why is that being funny? I have all sorts of trouble with Google some days. There we go. I want to go to my Google Calendar and we'll have a look at, what are we looking at? June, July. Oh, why is it? Oh, I don't want it in a month view. I want it in a week view. So we'll jump to the week of the webinar. You can see there it is there. If I click on it, it's got the link to join the event in there as well. So people can click on that. I don't want to propose a new event. And I can, if I click on this one, it'll take me to there. I can cancel my registration as well. So that's quite handy. So that is how it looks at the other end for somebody else. So I hope that has helped you understand the difference between a webinar and a meeting in Teams and what a webinar can offer for you. Basically, it gives you a full list of all of the people who register to attend with all of that information they provide, and it funnels them all in so that they get the link and it's on them to turn up on the day. You don't have to go around reminding people. So I use webinars for all of my group workshops, and I do a free monthly webinar every second month. But I use the Teams webinar function because it's an inbuilt thing. I don't have to create invitations separately or other email lists. I can actually then, after the webinar, I can send the link to the recording to anyone who's registered. I get a full registered registration list and attendee list afterwards. So it's all concise and sitting within the one event in the one app, and I can go back and I can see ones from the past at any time because they're linked into my calendar. So I hope that this has been really useful for you and that you will check out Teams for your next meeting or webinar in your business and see if it would be a way for you to perhaps streamline some of your processes or even look at letting go of some of the other subscriptions that you have. If you've enjoyed this video and you would like to know more about when Thrive has videos go live on our YouTube channel, then please subscribe and you'll be notified every time something else goes public on our channel. You can also find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest and Instagram under Thrive Admin Services, where you can find loads more tips and tricks and information about how to use Microsoft 365 for your business.